Good evening again, everyone. This is Jared Allen here with a severe weather update. Looks like we've got a pretty significant severe weather situation, severe weather event happening around our area. Looks like we've just got a new severe thunderstorm. No, that's the same one, which is just to the west of Buffalo Center right now. And I just got a new warning. That's for Mower County in southern Minnesota until 12:15. So we do have some pretty significant weather. I'm going to bring your attention to what they've been talking about. The National Weather Service said they revised their wind report for the Spencer Airport. The Spencer Airport had a peak wind gust of 92 miles per hour. Yes, 92 miles per hour. Significant damage is likely with those types of wind speeds. So that kind of gives you an idea as to what is coming in our direction here. Storms are now just to the west of Fenton, to the northwest of West Bend, Gilmore City, west of there, west of Armstrong, moving through Esterville, just to the west of Burt, Bancroft. I'm expecting a warning to be issued in this area here momentarily and we'll get that information, of course, on here for you, whether it's on the video stream or if I'll have the information posted on the social media sites. But yeah, it's I'm anticipating warnings being extended here for some of these other areas past the midnight hour here momentarily, waiting just for the cue from the National Weather Service. Let's see. This is conditions at the Spencer Airport. These trying to see if they've got they're just talking about the observations at the Spencer Airport. But yes, 92 miles per hour. Personal weather station near Ruthven reached a gust of 72 miles per hour. So that's definitely some pretty significant weather heading for our area here. So looks like we've got pretty significant line of storms making its way through. It's continuing to intensify more to the south. Looks like the strongest parts of the storms are just over the Emmitsburg area, just to the west of Algona, southwest of Armstrong. That seems to be the highest radar turns. This is the wind gust, the thunderstorm wind gust at the Spencer Municipal Airport. And then there was another one here, 62 miles per hour, with the sustained winds of 67 miles per hour, I think is what they said. Let's see if there's wind gusts, any other wind gust data that I can share with you, not at the moment here. So we've got a pretty significant line of storms that are continuing to move east. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for Emmett, Kossuth, and Palo Alto counties, which is right here. These are destructive storms for Emmett, Palo Alto, and Kossuth counties, 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Automated and personal weather station Spencer Airport reported a 92-mile-per-hour wind gust at 10:42. Additionally, wind gusts of 60 to 90 miles per hour have been observed over portions of northwest Iowa as well. This is a dangerous situation. These storms are producing widespread wind damage across northwestern Iowa. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. Intense thunderstorm lines can produce brief tornadoes and widespread significant wind damage. Although a tornado is not immediately likely, it is best to move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. These storms may cause serious injury and significant property damage across that area. Esterville, Algona, Emmitsburg, Swan Lake, Five Island Lake, Ingram Lake, Iowa Lake, Union Slow, High Lake, Lost Island Lake, Silver Lake, Rush Lake, Armstrong, Gredinger, West Bend, Ruthven, Bancroft, Sway City, and Burt, all under the threat of some pretty significant winds. So 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, likely as these storms move through the area. And then they are obviously intensifying, and looks like this line eventually is trying to fill itself in. And then you will have pretty much what you would call a derecho. But it has to, there's other qualifications that would classify it as a derecho. But yeah, we've got some severe weather moving through the area here. We've got over an inch and a half size hail possible over just to the east of Greninger. Some pretty significant hail core. Let's see if we can switch to a hail model. Let's see. I think this is hail here. So obviously there's the potential for some hailstones in this uh, particular area here. Even with the thunderstorm to the west of Ledyard could produce some hail. But Greninger, just to the east of Greninger, looks like a pretty significant hail threat across that area. Obviously with this thunderstorm as it continues to move to the east. Let's see if there's any other information to pass along to you at this point in time. Not really new information coming in, as the Kossuth County is in effect until warning is in effect until 11:45. But I expect warnings to be issued for these areas within the next 15 minutes as thunderstorms continue to move to the east. That Spencer, a wind gust of 92 miles per hour is pretty significant, especially with that particular situation that could cause some pretty significant wind damage. There's a lot taking place throughout the northern Iowa area. So just got to be weather aware, seek safe shelter if you get your families together and get them ready to move into shelters. These thunderstorms move in. Pretty significant wind gusts, dangerous situation. Can't stress that enough. So please seek shelter in a basement or in an interior room on the lowest floor, away from windows. There have been reports of 2 to 3 inch size trees snapping off due to thunderstorm winds, and this is going to continue to transition east across northern Iowa throughout the night. So definitely stay weather aware throughout the evening, and have multiple ways to get warnings, and obviously call and check on your friends, family, and neighbors. I know that I've been in close touch with family, letting them know about the seriousness of the situation and the potential of some pretty significant weather across northern Iowa here, with severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Pretty much a dangerous situation here with the storms that are going to be moving through the area. But yeah, I definitely anticipate a warning being extended further to the east to include forest locations like Forest City, Garner, Britt. I don't want to speculate, but just the way that these storms have been moving across the state, it would only see fit that those areas would be in warnings as well. And we'll see if the winds hold up as strong as the Weather Service is saying, because they're saying 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible with these storms as they continue to move to the east. I'm trying to see if there's any other new information. I'm going to check the Sioux Falls. Power lines down south of Storm Lake on Highway 71, which that's a little bit further south. Trees, limbs, and power lines down in both really in Peterson, 2 to 3 inch diameter branches down in Lake Park. Let's see. That's just a few minutes ago. So that just kind of gives you an idea of some of the information that is coming in as these storms continue to race to the east across northern Iowa. The entire area is under a severe thunderstorm watch. This is in effect until 4 a.m. for pretty much all of northern Iowa. This whole pink area here is under this watch until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Okay, a severe thunderstorm warning just came in. Looks like this warning is for Hancock, Palo Alto, Emmett, Cerro Gordo, Kossuth, Winnebago, and Worth. Let's see what they're saying. This is in effect until 12:30 a.m. Severe thunderstorm warning. These are destructive storms for parts of north central Iowa. Your phones are probably going off at this moment with the EAN, Emergency Alert Network, with a destructive thunderstorm potential moving towards this area. 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Automated personal weather stations at the Spencer Airport reported a wind gust of 92 miles per hour at 10:42, and personal weather station at Ruthven reported a wind gust of 72 miles per hour. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage and power outages are likely across that area. This is the warning box. It does include Forest City, includes Buffalo Center, includes Wesley, Britt, Garner, Kanawha, Lake Mills. This is a very dangerous situation. This is a dangerous situation. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy building. This is a dangerous situation. These storms are producing widespread wind damage across portions of northwest into north central Iowa. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. Intense thunderstorm lines can produce brief tornadoes and widespread significant wind damage. Although a tornado is not immediately likely, it's best to move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. These storms may cause serious injury and significant property damage. I'm going to see if I can draw up some audio too with my counterpart, AJ Taylor, who's on live out of KIOW in Forest City, which is the radio station that I am based out of. But yes, there is the potential for some pretty significant weather here across our area. Feel free to comment in the chat if there's anything that you see in the area. We'd love to help spread the word if there's some information. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Lots of thank yous. I really, appreciate that. But yes, the severe weather is going to get very, very interesting here with that severe thunderstorm warning. 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible for the area. So definitely remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions. I'm going to see if I can get you to join our sister station KIOW in coverage here, severe weather coverage.
Bend, and it's moving east at just a paltry 50 miles an hour. The winds in this particular storm, if you have stuff that's outside in Winnebago or Hancock County, get it in now. You're never going to find it. 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. They've had quarter-size hail reports in not one, not two, but 5 different locations. And there have been automated and personal weather stations like at Spencer's Airport, which have recorded 92-mile-an-hour winds with this storm. Another weather station in Ruthven has recorded 72-mile-an-hour winds. There have been 80-mile-an-hour winds that have been recorded by spotters that are out on the highway watching this thing move through. There is flying debris that can be associated with this. It's dangerous if anybody's caught outside without shelter. If you're in a mobile home, it could be heavily damaged at the speed that this wind is just picking up right now. And a lot of this is just downdraft wind from the storms because of the heavy rain associated with it. So you can imagine the air is cooled. It has no place to go. And because it's getting pushed by the rain, it is getting slammed down to the ground. Hence the reason why we have the strong winds that we do. The locations that we're worried about now are Algona, Forest City, Garner, Lake Mills, Britt, Iowa Lake, Union Slough, Clear Lake, Eagle Lake, the Mason City Municipal Airport. I want to make something clear. The eastern part of Mason City is not under this warning yet, but it's going to happen. So make preparations now. We're also looking at Swan Lake, Armstrong, Buffalo Center, West Bend, Bancroft. You got another one? Okay, thank you. Ventura, Kanawha, and Sway City. Also includes Interstate 35 between mile markers number 179 and 201. We've just been told that as well, too. The low-level rotational velocity with some of these storms is remarkable, to say the least, and that's the reason why they're worried about these 80-mile-an-hour winds that are possible. So, and that low-level rotational velocity, if it begins to pick up in speed, you're going to start hearing tornado watches and warnings suddenly get issued all over the place because they are watching how much of these storms are actually rotating. And we're also looking on radar. Haven't seen anything yet, but we are looking on radar for hook echoes. And if there's anything that's associated with that, we will keep you updated right here on Mix 107.3. All right, so now you know. We have a severe thunderstorm warning. This is a warning for Emmett County, Worth County, Kossuth, Hancock, Cerro Gordo, just the western portion for now, Winnebago County, and eastern Palo Alto County as the storm exits out of there. We want to zoom in on some of these locations. Buffalo Center, Rake are starting to see some heavy storms. The circulation center of this one storm that is affecting Elmore, Rake, Buffalo Center, and Lakota is located over Ledyard right now. That is the area that they are watching very closely if there could be any potential hook echoes that might be associated with this. If you're out to the west near Whittemore, please, family Holton, take cover. Please, if you're hearing my voice, family Holton, go take cover right now. Cylinder is out of the danger area right now with regards to the heaviest portions of these storms, but this thing is scooting right down 18, and it is making its way over towards Algona. Also, we are looking at places like Fenton and Ringstead, Lone Rock, as well as Halfa that are of concern. Bancroft, Burt are beginning to see the eastern edges of this particular storm. It will make its way into the Titonka area as well as the Woden area. Part of the storms that are affecting what would be Algona, which is now getting underneath the heaviest of this rain, will now affect the Wesley, Corwith, and Stilson areas probably in the next 20 minutes or so as this storm really picks up some speed now because it's going to be going over a lot of open space. So again, be prepared, make sure that you have an idea of what you need to do. All right, there are no tornado warnings associated with this, but I do want to remind everybody, if you do live in Lake Mills and you're in a structure that you don't feel comfortable being in, remember the tornado shelter, if the tornado sirens do blow, is available up there in Lake Mills up by the school. You will make sure that you make your way up there or at least get there before anything severe or silly happens out here. One other thing, Thompson is going to be under the gun here with regards to these storms in about the next 10 minutes. That'll be followed by Leland. And then we are going to see Lake Mills and Forest City as well as Joyce get entangled in this. So will Scarville as well, too. So now that severe thunderstorm warning includes Emmett as well as Worth, Kossuth, Hancock, Cerro Gordo, Winnebago, and Palo Alto counties. If there is anything further that develops out of this, or we see some updates that we need to make, we will let you know right here on KIOW and on B103. Now, let's get into some David Guetta and some memories here on Mix 107.3.
All the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me.
All right, everybody, we're back here. That was my colleague AJ Taylor out of Forest City. I'm back here with you now. We've got some pretty significant severe weather that's going through the area. And of course, we'll rejoin AJ as he's got information too on this particular weather situation. Pretty serious situation here. Spotter reported an estimated wind gust of 80 miles per hour just to the west of Algona. This was earlier this evening, not too long ago. That's why they use the it's the tag, the WEA tag, which sets off your cell phones and things like that. Use that in issuing the particular warnings that are in effect for the area. But yeah, as you can see here, there's a pretty significantly ominous line of storms that are moving through. The Spencer Airport had an 92 mile per hour wind gust with 67 mile per hour sustained winds earlier today. So we're definitely going to be getting some thunderstorm activity here. These storms will roll through very quickly. There are numerous power outages. Let's just take a look here as to what's going on here as far as power outages, Iowa power outage map. Yeah, you can see here Clay County, 684 out, 3,000 in Buena Vista, 1,200 in Cherokee. O'Brien's got 1,850 customers out. Sioux's got almost 4,000. Sioux County's almost got 4,000 people without power. 1,400 in Lyon County in northwest Iowa as of 11:23. So there is definitely some intense thunderstorm movement in this area. Dickinson County at this point has only got 230 customers that are out as far as power in those areas. So pretty significant weather event going on here. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings. As you can see, storms at this point are just to the west of Bancroft down through Burt into the Algona area where that 80 mile per hour wind gust was reported. 3 miles west southwest of Algona. This was reported 80 mile per hour wind gust there. And as these storms kind of merge together, obviously we'll have some pretty significant weather affecting the area as the evening progressed. So let's just kind of recap with what's going on here. Severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect until 11:45 for Emmett, Kossuth, and Palo Alto counties. 11:45 for that area. Severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Emmett, southwestern Worth, Kossuth, Hancock, western Cerro Gordo, Winnebago, and eastern Palo Alto counties until 12:30. These are destructive storms for parts of north central Iowa. Automated and personal weather stations. Spencer Airport reported a 92 mile per hour wind gust at 10:42, and a personal weather station in Ruthven reported a wind gust of 72 miles per hour at 10:49. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage and power outages are likely. Locations impacted include Algona, Forest City, Garner, Lake Mills, Britt, Iowa Lake, Union Slow, Clear Lake, Eagle Lake, Mason City Municipal Airport, Rice Lake, Swan Lake, Armstrong, Buffalo Center, West Bend, Bancroft, Ventura, Kanawha, and Sway City. This does include Interstate 35 between mile markers 179 and 201. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. This is a dangerous situation. These storms are producing widespread wind damage across portions of northwest into north central Iowa. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. With 80 mile per hour wind gusts, destructive storms for portions of northern Iowa. And even warnings are extending now south too, including the Belmont area. Severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Hardin, northern Webster, Wright, Franklin, Humboldt, and northern Hamilton counties in effect until 12:30. Automated weather stations in that area A personal weather station about 5 miles west of Pocahontas reported a 63-mile-per-hour wind gust at 11 o'clock, wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour. Those have been observed over portions of northwest Iowa. Expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. This is a dangerous situation. These storms are producing widespread wind damage across portions of north central Iowa. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. So we've got warnings in effect for all of northern Iowa, northwestern Hardin. Let's back this out here. We've got this whole area here. Now we've even got warnings that are affecting portions of Mitchell and Howard, northwestern Winneshiek, southern Mower, and Fillmore counties until 12:30 as these storms start to move into the area. But the heaviest activity right now looks like just to the southwest of Buffalo Center, getting ready to move into the Titanca area, along with Bancroft and those areas. I'm going to be curious to see if there's any information. Nothing has been added to the chat room as far as weather spotter reports across that area, but this just kind of gives you an idea of everything that's going to be happening across the immediate area there. Let's just see. I'm going to put this back up there. But yeah, we've got a pretty significant severe weather event that is happening across the northern Iowa area. You can see all the warning boxes as those storms continue to move. They continue to race to east here tonight. So be ready for some pretty significant weather moving in. Forest City area should see some significant weather. I'm going to check and see if my colleague AJ Taylor is. He is not. I don't want to play too much music because obviously due to copyright issues. But yeah, we've got some pretty significant weather across the area. So we've got multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. I mean, it kind of looks like the situation we experienced last night, except there's warnings in effect. The radar echoes don't look that ominous on radar, but the winds are hardly ever picked up on radar signatures. So it's usually the precipitation that's noticed on the radar echoes, not necessarily the we've got an update now. Let's see for the warning that's in effect for Winnebago County. Let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning continues until 12:30. Severe thunderstorms are located along a line extending from 5 miles north of Sway City to near Bancroft to 4 miles south of St. Benedict, moving east at 55 miles per hour. These are obstructive storms for southern Emmett, northern Palo Alto, central Kossuth, southern Winnebago, and Hancock counties. 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Emergency management, Kossuth Emergency Management reported a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust around Algona at 11:30. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy building. This is a dangerous situation. These storms are producing widespread wind damage across parts of north central Iowa. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. Intense thunderstorm lines can produce brief tornadoes and widespread significant wind damage. Although a tornado is not immediately likely, it's best to move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building, as these storms may cause serious injury and significant property damage. So that's the latest on that. This is Webster County Emergency Management. They had a webcam image at 11:34 of thunderstorms moving into that area. I have a web camera. Let's see if we have anything. Yeah, we've got, looks like precipitation that's coming down in the area. That is my weather camera. I've got a still camera and I've got a video camera that records the weather. So this is kind of where we're at here with the weather situation. As you can see, thunderstorms are continuing to progress. They are speeding up rather quickly as they move across northern Iowa. And we've got some severe weather moving through the area. Some significant wind gusts are possible with some rain things along that line. We've already received, I believe, some rain. It's raining here now with 20 hundredths of an inch of rain that has already fallen here in Buffalo Center where I am. But yeah, you can kind of see there with what's going on in the weather situation. I'm going to see if my colleague AJ Taylor is on the air.
Increasing clouds tonight with showers and thunderstorms becoming light.
That's me earlier today. But let's see. Don't really have much new information that's coming in at this point, other than the information that's been passed along. Destructive storms for southern Emmett, northern Palo Alto, central. Yeah, we've got dogs here. Central Kasuth, southern Winnebago, and Hancock counties. 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail. My goodness, too much excitement. 5 miles north of Sway City to near Bancroft to 4 miles south of St. Benedict, moving east at 55 miles per hour. These storms are destructive storms for Emmett, northern Palo Alto, central Kasuth, southern Winnebago, and Hancock counties. Emergency management reported a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust around Algona at 11:30. So I've got a whole family down here in the basement with me right now. But yeah, emergency management, Kasuth County Emergency Management reported a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust at 11:30 near Algona. I'm going to jump into the chat room here and just see. It doesn't look like there's anything. I'm going to check the Sioux Falls office and see. Getting several phone calls of large trees down in Spencer. Power lines down south of Storm Lake on Highway 71. Tree limbs and power lines down both in Everly and Peterson as of 10:58. So that's kind of some older information there. So let's see here. This is kind of an ominous looking storm as it continues to move into our area. I'm trying to look outside. I don't have any winds gusting outside of my house right now at this time. Just light winds. So not exactly sure. I think the stronger winds are further to the south of where we are at this point. I'm going to see if I can get some wind gusts. We've got 63-mile-per-hour wind gusts from a personal weather station in Pocahontas. We've got 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts reported by Algona Police. Got 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts reported by the public to the southwest of Algona. 1 mile northwest of Algona, personal weather station, 64-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So that kind of gives you an idea as to what's happening across the area here. So pretty intense weather situation as it continues. There are warnings to in effect until 12:30 for Mitchell and Howard County and northwestern Winnebago County and southern Mower and southwestern Fillmore in Minnesota. So that kind of gives you an idea as to what's going on. We've got this line here. We've got in southern Minnesota, we've got some pretty intense wind gust reports as well. Nothing really to our area here. I'm going to check and see if my colleague AJ Taylor is live on the.
All you can do is hope the right person comes along.
I'm going to just monitor that a little bit here in the background. I'm trying to look at, so we had a 21-mile-per-hour peak gust here in Buffalo Center. We've got rain coming down at about 0.02 of an inch per hour. So nothing out of the ordinary at this particular point. So that kind of gives you the idea what's going on here. But yeah, power outages here. We've got multiple power outages. Clay County and Buena Vista, you can see that. Cherokee, this is obviously where the strongest storms had moved through a little bit earlier today. So that's kind of where we're at now, the weather situation. I'm going to see if there's any other new information to pass along to you here. And we'll see what happens. Destructive storms Yeah, nothing new information. Getting several calls of trees down in Spencer, but nothing being reported from the National Weather Service. So we're going to go ahead and break away here. No new information to pass along to you, but we'll keep you informed with the latest weather information as it becomes available here throughout the night. We've got the potential for some severe weather, dangerous situation throughout northern Iowa. And we'll post warnings and obviously storm reports. We'll take those from you as well. If you've got, Adina says lights are flickering. That must be in Buffalo Center. So we've got some of that going on. And yep, it sounds like there's some lights and things like that that are flickering throughout the area. But yeah, we've got a dangerous situation in effect for some with some significant weather moving through the area. We'll keep you informed throughout the night.
Now or Sway City. You didn't hear your name in there, but you're inside of that county. Well, guess what? You're also going to be affected as well, too, simply because of the concerns here. We're talking places like Miller, Woden, things like that. That is, and Hayfield, can't lift them out. These are strong storms that are making their way now into this area, and with them are packing winds as high as 75 miles an hour. In fact, Kossuth County registered one wind clock at about 76 miles an hour. We've seen 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts with this, as well as some quarter-size hail. If you're in Scarville right now, there is something I want to keep an eye on, and that is a cell which is just now beginning to come in from your west. This one has some very high-level clouds with it, with the potential for some hail. Same thing for Lake Mills as well, too, as this will be moving into your area here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. And then we're also worried about what's going on with Buffalo Center. They will be sharing part of this storm with Thompson. That coming up here in about another 5 minutes or so in that general vicinity. Then we have the strongest of the storms. These are located down around Titonka, all the way down south to Corwith. These are moving into an east and southeasterly direction. They will be impacting places like Britt, as well as Kanawha. Garner will see some action out of this, so will Clemmy, so will Goodell, as well as Belmont. So we are watching those storms as much as possible to make sure that there is no tornadic activity. Right now, the low-level rotational velocity that you would normally see in some of these storms that would create that tornadic activity just is not there. There's a lot of downdraft action that is happening. So we will keep an eye on that as much as possible. We will continue on here on Mix 107.3 as we check in with the ex-ambassadors right now. This is Renegades. Remember, that severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 12:30 for Emmett, Worth, Kossuth, Hancock, Cerro Gordo, Winnebago, and Palo Alto counties. Stay with us.
Run away with me. Lost soul to reverie.
All right, everybody, we're going to get you back here on the weather update here. We're going to kind of give you an idea of what's going on here. Latest weather information. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 12:30 a.m. for eastern Emmett, southwestern Worth, Kossuth, Hancock, western Cerro Gordo, Winnebago, and eastern Palo Alto counties. I was going to break away, but then AJ Taylor had some information there, and I figured I would stick with it here as we've got thunderstorms moving through the area. So these are destructive storms for southern Emmett, northern Palo Alto, central Kossuth, southern Winnebago, and Hancock counties, 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Emergency management in Kossuth County reported a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust at around 11:30 near Algona. Flying debris is going to be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage and power outages are likely. I've had some people say that power at their place has been flickering. That hasn't been the case here, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening in different parts of the area with thunderstorm activity moving through. So we've got severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 12:30 for eastern Emmett, southwestern Worth, Kossuth, Hancock, western Cerro Gordo, Winnebago, and eastern Palo Alto counties. Then south of that for the Belmont area until 12:30, severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Hardin, northern Webster, Wright County, Franklin County, Humboldt County, and north central Iowa, and northern. We just heard loud thunder here at the house. Northern Hamilton County, that's in effect until 12:30. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Livermore to near Lizard Creek recreation area, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Automated personal weather stations. A personal weather station about 5 miles west of Pocahontas reported a 63 mile per hour wind gust at 11 p.m. with wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour been observed over portions of northwest Iowa. Expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. This is a dangerous situation. These storms are producing widespread wind damage across portions of north central Iowa. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. Looks like we've got another warning that just came in. We've got warning for Cerro Gordo and Worth counties until 12:30. They've decreased the winds a little bit to 60 mile per hour. Severe thunderstorms are located along a line extending from Mona to near Leland, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Worth County and northeastern Cerro Gordo County until 12:30. Locations impacted include Mason City, Northwood, Manly, Emmons, Mason City Municipal Airport, Plymouth, Kensett, Grafton, Hanlintown, Rock Falls, Birchnell, Portland, Bolin, and Northwood Municipal. This includes Interstate 35 mile markers between 196 and 218. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. So this is that warning that just came out here. They filled in this little area here with this thunderstorm activity that's moving in to that area. So it looks like the heaviest activity now is just to the west of Wesley by Corwith, Titanca, Burt, east of Burt, south of Buffalo Center over Bancroft and Sway City seems to be where the heaviest storm activity is at the time being. And we just got another updated radar return, which kind of shows as things advance to the east. Haven't seen any other reports of storm damage. Obviously, storms back here when they were moving through these counties here. Gredinger, southwest of Gredinger, 70 mile per hour wind gust. Spencer had an 80 some or 92 mile per hour wind gust at the Spencer Airport. That was earlier this evening. But all kinds of thunderstorms, and these storms will continue to move towards the east. And the entire area here, the entire pink area, is under a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect until 4 a.m. for all the pink areas here and this watch was extended for counties in southern Minnesota too. Some of them in southern Minnesota are under until 1 a.m., which was an extension of a previous watch. But the Iowa counties are in effect until 4 a.m. But I'm assuming that as these storms move east, like these counties here have already been removed from the watch as the storms move east, which they're getting ready to just move into the Forest City area. They're in the Buffalo Center area, Titanca, Wesley, Corwith, Britt area, and just to the west of Garner. So if you're watching in that area right now, get ready to seek some safe shelter in those areas. This even extends further south of Webster City. We've got a warning in effect for northwestern Story, Greene, southwestern Hardin, southern Webster, southeastern Calhoun, Hamilton, northeastern Carroll, and Boone County until 12:30 a.m. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible with those storms further to the south. So we definitely have some weakening as these storms move to the east, as the wind gusts are now down to 60 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 12:30. For eastern Emmett, southwestern Worth, Kossuth, Hancock, western Cerro Gordo, Winnebago, and eastern Palo Alto counties. These are destructive storms for southern Emmett, northern Palo Alto, central Kossuth, southern Winnebago, and Hancock counties of our area. 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail possible across that area. Emergency management reported a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust at 11:30, which is about 25 minutes ago near Algona. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Weather Service does. We're going to see if there's any new information. All right, here we go. Worth County Emergency Management issued for the outflow dropping from Minnesota. Winds in Minnesota with this cluster of storms have generally been around 60 miles per hour. So 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and these referring to Worth County, which is right here, this warning here, as these storms kind of slide to the south as this kind of continues throughout the night here. So we've got other warnings too. Mitchell, Howard, northwestern Winneshiek, and southern Mower County and southwestern Fillmore until 12:30. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail possible across that area. So that kind of gives you an idea as to what's going on. We've got thunderstorms in southern Minnesota, and then it looks like they're considering extending. Isolated damaging winds will be possible over the next few hours across parts of southeast Minnesota, far northwest Iowa, and western Wisconsin. Although a severe threat will likely persist, the threat should be too isolated to the east of the ongoing watches for a new watch issuance. So you're in the clear if you're in Wisconsin, southeast Minnesota, or over in this area, Eau Claire, Marshfield, those areas. You're in the clear. It doesn't look like they're going to continue any watches across that area. But yes, thunderstorms approaching Buffalo Center. Let's see what the highest wind gust I had in town. Obviously, I live in town. 21 miles an hour was the peak. We're at almost 20 hundredths of an inch per hour of rain, so really not a significant rain event. Almost 38 hundredths of an inch of rain for the day thus far here. So, and still the heaviest activity remains to the south, just to the northeast of Titanca, to the east of Bancroft. Winds definitely were further to the south with strong wind gusts in the Algona area. And that line moved towards Britt. I haven't received any new storm reports across that area, so I don't really know what is happening down in that area. So that kind of gets you an idea of what's going on here. We're going to go ahead and break away for a bit, and we'll come back and we'll keep you updated with storm warnings. Seems like the 80-mile-per-hour wind threat has pretty much subsided, except for this warning here, which obviously the further east, they've only got 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with that storm as it continues to advance east across the area. So everybody, thanks for watching. We'll keep you informed with weather updates on our social media platforms. throughout the night. And when severe weather breaks out, we break in with the latest weather information.